Oh. What's up, guys? I'm back. You know me. Of course, I ain't gotta say my name, gotta do none of that. But hey, I'm here to tell y'all a little bit about traveling to London. And that's traveling on a budget, that's traveling, you're gonna have a good time, and how to strategically do it and to kind of get the best bang for your buck. So I went to London last March, and that was pretty dope, man. I had a really good time. But most of all, I planned, and I try to plan to the best of my ability. The first thing I thought about, I always look up if you need any visas or anything, other certifications to go to this other country. But London, in that case, we didn't have to get any other visas or anything like that. But one of the first things I do want to talk about is the money and the exchange rate. Now, for our American dollar, the exchange is it's about 35%. So basically, for every U.S. dollar, you get about 75 cents or 70 cents. You know, and their money, like the cost of living, is actually a little bit more than ours as well. So I would say first thing that's the first thing I thought about, and that's the money and how to get any pounds or pence. I would not get any of my money from the airport. Like, I wouldn't go to the airport and exchange my money, or I wouldn't go to the train station to exchange my money. Usually, because the rate is going to be a lot cheaper at an individual, like at a store or like on the street. If you see an exchange money market, that'll be a lot better for your money. Because I remember getting like $100. I had $100, and I got the money, and then from the train station, I walked right up the train station, and I go to the money exchange, and it's like literally like 20 cents less, and I could have saved like $20, which, you know, that's a lot of money when you're traveling. Like, why? It's just a soft move. But besides the money, everything was good as long as you plan it accordingly. So we planned a couple free things to do, like touring the city, what side of town to go to, what cathedrals, and just the architecture alone in London is beautiful enough for you to enjoy. And because if you've never been to London before, then you really can soak it all in and use more time to kind of just waste some time while having a good time and having it being inexpensive. So one thing we did, I would suggest, is that using besides hotels, because it is expensive in London. So I would use Airbnb, and I would use hostels, because even their houses over there are pretty decent. You know, as long as you're comfortable with staying around that many people, I always go to hostels. So y'all gonna hear me talk about this all the time. I'm gonna always want to go to a hostel. I'm gonna always want to use Airbnb, and if it's a special day, yeah, I'll get a hotel. But you know, I think you meet more people, and you get more experience by meeting more other hometown people. They have Airbnb, they can show you around, and get a better bang for your buck. Because I've been in some pretty sweet Airbnbs, and especially if you backpacking, that's kind of the way to go. Things that I did, I went to the Big Ben. It's free to go to the Big Ben, and the London Eye is this big Ferris wheel that it runs right next to the Big Ben. You can either do that. That's no more than, I think, about $23 or something like that. Very inexpensive, but you can also just hang out there, because it's right outside of a river, and you have an awesome bridge right next to it, and just the people who sit out there, you can just actually relax if the weather permits, you know. But I would say one of the first things I did notice is that it's like a fashion forward city. It's like everybody's well dressed, and you can just tell without even trying, people are just, you know, it's a little bit more like a style, and they don't care. It's like a natural style. But that's one thing I did love about London. And well, one day we had a day that we were gonna splurge, so we went to the Ritz-Carlton, had some drinks there, and it was amazing. It was really nice, and the people treated us good. We had like fancy like cocktail with these like ridiculous, exceptional garnishes. And we did pay about, it was about $25 per drink. Now that's on their menu. So when you translate that to American money, and I used my card, so I saw the exchange. Go from really, it was like 27, something like that, and I tipped like 5, and then so it was like 32. But then I looked at my bank statement, and it came out to like $43, which is like $43 for one drink. But the thing about the Ritz-Carlton is that when you go, they do have like amuse-bouche, which is like a small appetizer. And you know, if you go in there and you don't really want to eat, and if you want something like bar nuts, it was like almonds, wasabi nuts, and a couple olives, which was really like accommodating. So just the experience alone was worth the money. So the next thing we did do, we were by the London Eye, and right off of it, it's this fish and chip place, and it's like, you'll see it, everybody sees it, but you know, I'm like, okay, this got to be the moment that we get the best food in London, because London is known for fish and chips. So we got fish and chips from there. It was really cheap, man. It was like $6, $7, $8. Really, for some like 2 pieces of fish and some fries, and they eat mayo with everything. So you get they got these big jugs of mayo like on the table. So like you see all these people is like going real hard, but I actually grew to like mayo after being in Europe for that month. So I would say a couple more free things you can do quickly before I leave is use the trains. Don't ever use a taxi, because traffic may be slow, and it's not worth using the taxi to go anywhere, because you'll get more out of your experience trying to find your way and use the maps, and you'll see a lot more of that city by just using the trains. And because it's a fast city, it has a really awesome metro. So I suggest that. If not, just Uber it, because they do have it. And one of the like cheap things you can also do is about $15 to go to the Shakespeare Theater. You can rent bikes and kind of tour the city like that, and that's probably like $8 or $6 an hour. And you know, I think that's about it. You know, London was just a fast city, and the architecture of everything. I mean, of the buildings and of the culture of the people were really, it was intriguing to me, because it's not like America, but it's just different, you know. I like it, and that's kind of a way you can go to London on your best buck. So, like I said, I suggest hostels, how to get there. I suggest you looking at Google Flights and Expedia, and Kayak is one of the best booking for your flights, because it shows everybody. And just keep looking for a whole month if you really want to get to London. And you can get a flight to London. I've seen them as cheap as about, from America, I would say, I said the machine was like $400 and something. So find the dates, like let the dates find you. So if you can move your dates around, I say plan a trip so you can move the dates around, and so you can pay for everything in advance. So those are my suggestions. So let's go, man. I'll be back in London, but you can also go and not spend as much money as you think, even though the exchange rate is ridiculous. But man, nice talking to y'all. I have another segment. It might be on Tokyo, but I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do next. So just keep, man, subscribe, you know, like everything. I don't know, the ambition of a beach travel all day. Let's go, y'all. See y'all later.